Good morning, everybody. I hope that you're ready to have a fantastic Friday. I just wanted to give you something real quick, something that we don't think about very often. Here it is. Anytime that we've had a performance or a competition coming up, guess what? We have, before the competition, before that particular performance, we have already set some kind of expectation about how that performance, how that competition, how that event is going to go. We come into the event, we're not a clean slate, we're not a tabula rasa. We come into that particular event or performance already expecting something out of ourselves. This can go one of two ways. I'm going to focus on the way that I would like to begin to see it to go for all of us, and that's having a high expectation, having a positive expectation about how that particular performance is going to go. Now, let me tie in another principle. I think all of us, first of all, let me put a bow on that first part of this video, and that's, can we all agree? I mean, think about it. If you've got a presentation today at work, if you've got a race coming up this weekend, just think about it. Everything that we do has with it an expectation before that particular thing happens. If you're cooking dinner tonight, you have an expectation about how that meal is going to come out. We have an expectation about how our kids are going to behave when we wake them up today to get them ready to go to school. Like, everything that we do has the antecedent of an expectation before we perform that thing, before we have to get down and dirty with that particular event or performance or what have you, right? Okay. So tied to that is this other principle that I want to give to you guys. The picture that you frame of your future. In other words, that expectation that you have regarding that particular performance, regarding that particular event, competition, whatever it is that you've got, that particular belief is going to shape right now, this present moment that you find yourself in. Very simple example, an exercise that I can give you is, what kind of a day do you feel that you're going to have? So the next 12 hours, 14 hours that you're awake, whatever it is, 16, 18 hours, I'm not doing math right now. Like, the expectation that you have about how those next hours are going to go are influencing you right now, right this second. So some of you maybe are having trouble focusing on this video 100% because you have got some stress and some anxiety because the expectation of the day ahead is a stressful one. It's an anxious one. You're fearful of it. Some of you guys are fully focused in right now because you're thinking to yourself, I'm going to have a fantastic day today. Things are going to go well. So notice how the principle of having the expectation before the performance, notice how it impacts us right now where our feet currently are. And that's huge, folks, because if we can begin to work on the end of the math equation, which is the expectation, what we believe is going to come out after the equal sign, then what we find is that it begins to, it works backwards and it begins to shape the present moment. It begins to shape the way that we carry ourselves right now, and that just snowballs into moving towards that expectation and giving us a better chance of that expectation actually coming to fruition and us actually getting what we want. Now, I focused in this video on the positive. I'm going to take the last few seconds to focus on the negative. Unfortunately, this principle also works in a negative way. So it doesn't discriminate on what the expectation is. If the expectation is low, if the expectation is a negative expectation, then unfortunately, guess what? You have also placed yourself in a position where that is likely what you will find at the end of the rainbow. All right, folks, I hope that this has been good for you guys. Trying out some Instagram TV on here. I'm not going to promise consistency where I'm going to put one of these out every single day, but I'll put one out every once in a while. So subscribe to the channel, get the notifications so you don't miss any of this stuff, because when it comes through, it'll be good stuff. Promise you. Guys, have a fantastic rest of your day.